What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Think Different Theory. My name is Josh Forti, and we're listening to a little bit of, Justin Timberlake and Meek Mill. Guys, welcome back. It's going to be a good episode here today. A shorter episode because if you see my shirt, it says focused on it. I wore this shirt specifically for this episode, focused. How to create focus, how we get more done in the day, how we avoid shiny object syndrome, how we do all those wonderful things. That is the topic of today's episode. And I'm very, very excited to dive into this. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter episode. I'm going to try to keep it like 30 minutes or under, simply because I think a lot of you guys need it and a lot of you guys enjoy it when we have some of the shorter episodes in there where you just kind of want to be like, hey, what do I need to do? I'm going to tell you what you need to do, and then you can go out and apply it. So this is a very, very action-based episode. But before we dive into that, we got to catch you up to speed here on a couple things, okay? First off, I'm looking out the window right now. And if you are listening on audio, you've never seen my studio on the live streams before, it is off to my left. And it's this beautiful, beautiful day outside. At least it looks beautiful. Yesterday, I went to bed. And right before I went to bed, I pulled up my phone. I was like, you know what? What's the weather going to look like this week? I thought, hopefully we'll have a nice week. And sure enough, it says it's going to be in the 50s and 60s every single day this week, which is just glorious because it's been cold here, right? And in fact, on Sunday of next week, a week from yesterday, it's supposed to be 70 degrees, which is amazing. However, I woke up this morning thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to be able to go outside. It's going to be warm. It's going to be amazing. And I think they got today wrong because there's like snow on the ground and it was super windy, and it's just like, you know what, some days weather, come on, get it together. But anyway, it's gonna be a great week great week this week, guys. Happy Monday. I hope everyone is doing well. If you're on the live stream, comment below, hit the like button, hit the love button. If you're listening on audio, I hope you're just having a great day. Do whatever you're doing, working out or driving in your car or wherever you're listening to this. It's going to be a good Monday. I got a great sleep last night. We're ready to rock and roll this week. And we got some big goals. What do we got going on this week, guys? We've got, don't worry, we're going to get into the good stuff here of how to create focus, how to avoid shiny object syndrome. There's actually a step-by-step format. I've got it right here in my notebook that I do every single day, and it's amazing. But anyway, we got a big week this week, big day today. We're preparing for the Traffic Secrets book launch, as you guys know, March 17th coming up. Mark your calendars. Hold on, I got to hold this up. Sorry for those of you on audio, you can't see this, but Traffic Secrets, I got a copy of it because March 17th, Traffic Secrets come out. This is actually super, super important, guys, so listen up. This book right here by Russell Brunson, the pre-launch of the book starts on March 17th, all right, which means that you can order your book on the 17th. They start shipping them, I think it's April 5th. And then they've got the big Traffic Secrets event in Boise, the 6th through the 8th, which will be super exciting. But March 17th is when you're going to be able to order your book. So you're going to start seeing ads everywhere, okay? You're going to start seeing, everybody's going to be sending their emails out to you. Everyone's going to be doing everything. Here's what I have to ask of you, okay? If I could say this show is sponsored by Traffic Secrets, I would, but I think I would get in legal trouble for that. But listen, we have some amazing, really cool bonuses when you go and buy this book. I think usually how Russell does this is it's a free plus shipping. So the book is free. You just pay for shipping. But maybe because it's a little bit different, maybe it won't be that way. But I would assume it would be a free plus shipping. So basically you pay whatever it is, $10 or whatever to get the book shipped out to you. You get it for free. But I want to win the affiliate competition. There's going to be some massively huge, massive names, all right? And if you place in the top 20 of the affiliate competition, you get to get all these bonuses and cool, and Russell thinks you're cool, basically. So I want to win, and more importantly, I want to help get this book out to as many people as possible. I want to get it in the hands of as many of you guys as possible. And here's the cool thing, okay? We have some amazing bonuses. Now, I know everybody claims they have amazing bonuses. Here's the deal, though. We have some epic bonuses. And the reason I can't tell you exactly what those are is because I'm under legal contract not to say until the day of the launch. And I promise you, not everybody has access to what we're going to be giving away if you buy through the link. So if you want to buy through someone else, great, but you should also come and buy through the link. We're going to be sending out emails. We're going to have a wait list page going up probably Monday of next week where you guys can go and get all the details. We'll have all the bonuses listed out except for the super, super cool bonus. But some amazing stuff. We got breakdowns of different things. We got some software stuff that we're doing, our breakdowns of all that. We've got bonus trainings, of course, some coach, all sorts of amazing things. So this book is going to be amazing. Traffic Secrets. Don't miss it. Mark your calendars, March 17th. It's a big Big launch. Russell wants to sell 100,000 copies in the month of March. I want to help him get there. I'd love to be able to sell 500 copies or 1,000 copies for him. We'll see what we can do. So mark your calendar for that, and it'll be super good. How many guys are excited for that? If you're super, super excited, if you promise me that you'll give me a chance to have the best bonuses ever, let me know. All right, let's dive in today, guys, because we had a busy, busy week this week. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to get right to this here, and I'm going to show you how to create this amazing focus and be able to get more done, avoid shiny object syndrome, using 4 simple steps, because I think it's going to be really, really beneficial for so many of you guys. I know it was beneficial for me. And by the way, guys, if you're anything like me, for the past, probably 4 years I've been battling this. Well, 3 years. I've been good over the past 6 months or so, since right before the world trip, really figuring this out. But like, shiny object syndrome and not being able to stay focused and getting to the end of the day and being like, I don't even know what I got done today, right? And you have this feeling of just like, was that day a complete waste? Or you find yourself sitting there on your phone playing some game, distracting yourself from what you need to do, rather than just going and getting it done. And it was super frustrating for me, because I felt like this was this cycle that I could not break, right? And so I started to really look at, obviously you guys know me, the brain, and going and studying the brain and how habits are formed and all this other stuff and energy states and all that other jazz. But I went and I broke it down to like 4 things that I just do on a daily basis. Every single day, well, daily/weekly basis that I do every single day. And it has helped me tremendously. Not only has it allowed me to become more focused, it has allowed me to get more done. It has allowed me to enjoy my life a little bit more, actually. It's really, really cool. We'll get into why that is. And also, like, it's cool because it, by nature, cuts out a lot of the distractions and a lot of the shiny object syndrome that you think that you need to go and do, because it almost like allows room for it. It's really, really cool. So we're going to dive into that and get started. Who's ready for this? Okay, guys, the 4 steps to creating massive focus, getting more done, all of that jazz. Let's see what they are. Number 1, guys, start taking notes here. Like I said, it's going to be a fast episode. We want to go create focus. Okay, the number 1 thing, and I got to back up here a little bit. Actually, I have to tell you about how the brain works really quick before I go into number 1 here, okay? When you go and you make decisions, all right, your brain, when it makes the best decisions, it's when it's fully awake, fully functioning, right? It also has a limited amount of decisions. This is true. Your brain has a limited amount of decisions that it can make on a daily basis. Okay, like there is a finite number, meaning that it cannot just go and be sharp on the 800th decision. It's not going to be as sharp as it is on the first decision when you're fully awake. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second part is that when you're awake and when you are focused on something and when you are in something, you're much further down into the rabbit hole of understanding what needs to go on than when you first sat down. Okay, so if you were to walk into a situation and yeah, you have a rough idea of what's going on because you've been around there before, but you walk in and boom, you have not had any of your creative juices flowing, right? And someone was like, hey, make a decision. Boom, you're going to be able to make a less informed decision than if you are there and you are, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, 2 hours into it. If you're 2 hours into something and you're seeing how all the parts and pieces are working, and then you're going to be able to know, okay, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this. That make sense? Okay? So when we do that, if we know that the best way to make decisions is A, when we're awake, and B, when our creative juices are flowing on a project of what needs to be done, then we should make decisions at that point, right? Which is why, and we know we have a finite number of decisions, right? Which is why you always, and step number 1, you always need to plan tomorrow today, okay? Plan tomorrow today, which means, and I do this at night, before I wrap up work for the night, every single night I do this. You can ask Leah. I'm always like, wait, I got to write out what I do for tomorrow. I got to write out what I do for tomorrow, okay? If you watch my Instagram stories, you have seen me do this over and over and over again. I have whiteboards specifically designed for this. I will sit down and I'll go, okay, listen, right now I'm at the end of my day, right? I am in this creative state to be able to go and figure out where I want to go from here. I've had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours worth of processing and figuring out where I'm at. Step number 1 is, okay, now I'm going to, from that position right there, I'm going to go, okay, what are the next steps that I need to take? What am I going to be working on? And I'm going to go plan out what I'm going to do tomorrow, today. This is a very, very simple task. And a lot of these tasks that I'm going to tell you, you're going to be like, is it really that simple? Yes, it's really that simple. It's amazing. It will fundamentally change your life. These 4 things have completely revolutionized how much I've been able to get done in a day, how my days have gone, my productivity, how much money I make, like everything is all around this. So number one, plan tomorrow today. I actually learned this one from Sam Ovens. I think that's his signature saying is plan tomorrow today. Get a whiteboard, open up Trello, get a journal right here. I've got mine, okay? I have 2 other journals over here. Some place where you can walk out the next morning and you can see exactly what you need to get done. Because then guess what? When you wake up the next morning, you're going to roll out of bed. And if you have a home office like I do, right, you're probably going to be going to work within the first 2 or 3 hours of being awake. But when you roll into the office, whether it's home or not, you're going to sit down. Your brain should not have to make a decision on what you're going to do. It should already be planned out. Why? Because your creative juices aren't flowing yet, number one. Number two, you're just waking up, right? You're not in full functioning state yet. And number three, it's going to take away any distractions because guess what? Your brain is going to convince you in the morning, oh my gosh, the dishes need to be washed. Oh my gosh, I should actually, clean my office window. Or oh my gosh, I should go update my Facebook status, or I should go do this, or I should go do that. If there's not a plan, you're going to start doing things before you go and make your plan. It's natural. It happens to all of us. We all do this, okay? So if you make a plan out, literally you go, sit down in your chair, open up your notebook, go, oh, step 1 today, write email. Or step 1 today, prepare for a meeting. Step 1 today, whatever that thing is. And then you just go and do that. Okay? Make sense? Okay, that's step number 1. Plan tomorrow today. Step number 2. Now, this one is super interesting because it ties right into what we just talked about. And when I first say it to you, you're going to be like, Josh, there's no way I'm only going to do that, right? Like I have so much more to do than this, okay? But I got to tell you a story, okay? I would go and I would be like, how many things can I get done in a day? I'm a productive human being, right? I want to maximize my 18 hours that I'm awake in a day. I can fit all this stuff into it. I can do all these things. And I would go and I would start one task. And let's say I had like 18 tasks out there, okay? And I would go and I'd start one task. And as soon as that one task got hard, I would switch to a different task. And as soon as that other task got like mostly done, or I got bored with it or got tired with it, I'd switch to the next task. And then the next task and the next task. You ever done this before? Okay. Like you go and you get done with the day, you're like 12 hours into your day or 6 hours into your day, whatever. And you look back and you're like, I've started 8 projects and I have finished none of them, or I've only finished one of them. And you get to the end of the day and you're like, a lot of little things get done. And in the process of a lot of little things getting done, you created more tasks. And now that 18 or 12 or 18 tasks at the beginning of the day turn to 24 or 28, and then you're trying to make out what you need to do tomorrow, and you're like, holy crap, I got 28 tasks. I don't know where all these came from. I can't do it. And then that pushes into the rest of your week, and you're basically going and planning your entire week out on tasks that didn't even exist until today, and it's just this cluster mess, right? Feel this way? You feel me? Okay? So, step number 1, plan tomorrow today. Step number 2, this is very, very important, and it's like, wow, it's so powerful. You only do 3 main things per day. Gasp. What? Only 3 things? Josh, how are we supposed to be productive and get things done? Let me explain, okay? There's a reason I only do 3 things in a day. Because when there's only 3 things to do per day, guess what? I'm going to get those things done. Because even if I were to start one and then get bored of it, and then start a second one and get bored of it, and then a third one and get bored of it, guess what? I've only got 3 things. I've got to go back and I've got to start finishing the first one and then the second one and then the third one. It allows me to eliminate everything else that I need to do and say, these are my 3 core tasks. And it helps my brain create focus because now I am not stressing. I am not worrying about anything else. One of the biggest things I noticed about myself and a lot of other entrepreneurs as well, and I'm sure that you guys probably know and can relate to what I'm talking about here, is part of the reason that I am not completely present and completely focused on what I'm doing and having a hard time following through on the project at hand is because my mind is in a million other places. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's already 11:15 today. I've got so many other things I got to do. I got to hurry up. And then you'll kind of brush it off and go to the next one, and you'll knock out the little things first, and then you'll come back, and the main things that you actually needed to get done today didn't get done today. You know why that is? That is because your mind is elsewhere and your mind is not completely focused and completely present on the tasks at hand. Now, you might be thinking, Josh, I don't think I can just limit myself to 3 tasks a day. Now, I'm not saying like literal 3 tasks, like, okay, reply to a Voxer. Okay, that's not a task, right? Like that's something that you're going to do, whatever. I'm talking 3 core projects because let me ask you something. Let's do the math here, okay? What's 3 times 5? Let's say you work 5 days a week. Okay, what's 3 times 5? 15. All right, so in 1 week, if you were to do 3 core tasks a day, you would get 15 core tasks done throughout that week. I want you to think about something. When is the last time you got consistently, in a month straight, got 4 consecutive weeks of 15 tasks done? I mean, like core major projects. So for me, like my 3 tasks for today, and I'm looking at my literal whiteboard right now, all right? One is the traffic secrets launch. All right, I need to plan that out. That's 1 task for today. That's probably going to be my longest task, probably going to take me 4 or 5 hours to go and figure out the strategy and things like that. That's number 1. Number 2, we're moving over some of our processes from one system to another. And so I have a meeting with my assistant. So number 2 is prep for my assistant, prep for my meeting with my assistant, okay? To be able to move those things over, all right? So that's the second task that I'm going to do. And the third thing that I'm going to do is I have a meeting tomorrow for the podcast content creation that's starting. We hired a team. We're doing the onboarding. Tomorrow, I have a meeting with them. I have to get them a bunch of stuff, and I have to get it over to them and get it prepared, right? So there's your 3 core things. I've got traffic secrets launch. I've got my meeting with my assistant, and I've got projects to get over to my content people. Boom, 3 tasks. Now, are other things going to come up in there? Yes, but those are little things that all should be related to those tasks. Now, those are 3 pretty big tasks. So if I do those 3 today, and I have 3 equally big tasks tomorrow, and 3 equally big tasks Wednesday, and 3 equally big tasks Thursday, and 3 equally big tasks Friday, by the time I get to Friday, I've got 15 pretty massive tasks done. When's the last time you did that, got 15 tasks done in a week, and then did that consistently for an entire month or an entire year? Let's do some quick math here. 15 tasks a week, 60 tasks a month, 750 tasks per year. Think about that. That's a lot if there's 50 weeks, if we're working 50 weeks. If you got 750 things done, that'd be amazing. But so many of you guys are like, no, I'm going to do 12 things. And this was me. All right. Like I'm talking from a place that's like, I'm going to go get 12 things done, 18 things done, 22 things done. I'm going to get all these little things done. And by the end of the day, I have like 1 or 2 of them done. Maybe most of them are small. Most of them are half done. And then I get to the end of the week and I'm like, great, I got 3 projects done my entire week rather than every single day. So step number 1, plan tomorrow today. Step number 2, when you're planning your tasks for tomorrow, you get 3 core tasks. I'm not saying that you can't write out some, reminder, email back so-and-so, reminder, email back, reply back to this, or get a document over. Little tasks, not a big deal. Dedicate 15 or 20 minutes to do right away in the morning to get those done, and then focus on your 3 core tasks. Okay? Make sense so far? You guys liking this? If you're listening on audio, if you have questions about this, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at JOSHFORTI, my name at Josh Forti, and I can get back to your questions. If you're watching it on video format, feel free to drop your questions down below and hit the like button or the love button, and I will be getting back with you guys in the comments. Okay, so number 1 is plan tomorrow today. Number 2, only do 3 things. Okay, number 3, and there's 4 steps here. Okay, number 3, and you guys know this one. You just have to do it. It's hard at first. It's because it's an addiction. Get off of social media. All right? Get off of social media. Now, I don't mean that you have to delete your Instagram, delete your Facebook, never listen to a podcast again or anything like that. But you cannot be constantly going and scrolling on social all the time, every day, or even giving yourself that temptation throughout the day, because your brain is addicted to it. It's literally an addiction. It's in your brain. It is a hit of a drug. It's a chemical that goes off that's like, that feels good. It's just like, similar to smoking a cigarette or having a drink of alcohol or whatever else you're addicted to, sugar, right? Like it is an actual addiction that your body craves, your mind craves the hit that you get, the dopamine hit that you get from checking your notifications on social media. On my phone, I do not have Facebook. Okay, I've told you guys this before. I do have the Instagram app. However, and I'm going to give you a little tip here. Actually, let me back up here. Deleting Facebook alone, I was spending, I can't remember what it was, because you have the app that can tell you how much time you're spending on each platform. And I wanted to say that on my phone app, I was spending between 3 and 6 hours a day on my Facebook app at one point. And this was over a year ago now, I think it was the thing. But like, let's just say it was let's say it was 2 hours on average a day I was spending on there. 2 hours a day on Facebook that I was spending on my phone. Keep in mind, that didn't even include my computer. By deleting that app, I free up 2 hours of my day. And if 30 minutes of that transfers over to my computer now that I'm on Facebook creating content, great. 30 minutes now, an hour and a half per day, times 5 days a week, 50, or that's 5 hours, 7.5 hours a week, times, every month, you're looking at 30 hours a month, times, 50 weeks out of the year. What's 30 times 50? 150 hours, right? Is that what it is? Or no? 1,500 hours that you're saving. 1,500 hours. Is that right? Yeah, gosh, that is. Wow. 1,500 hours of your time just by deleting my Facebook app off my phone. Okay. It fundamentally changed my life. Now, on Instagram, I still do Instagram stories every day. And people ask me this a lot. They're like, Josh, how do I balance the time of being on social media and creating content for that and not being distracted by it? Let me tell you what I have. I don't have on my phone the Facebook app. It's not there, so I can't get on it. I have Messenger, but it's all muted, okay? On my computer, I have Facebook, but I have something called Newsfeed Eradicator. It is a Google Chrome plugin, all right? So think about this. Google Chrome plugin that blocks my newsfeed. I can still see my timeline. I can still see all the groups that I'm in and things like that, but my newsfeed is blocked on Facebook, all right? So I'm not watching it on Facebook. I'm on my phone. I'm not seeing my newsfeed on a computer. I never see my newsfeed ever, guys. So people are like, oh, Josh, if someone tags me in it, I can see it. If it's in my group, I can see it. If it's in a group I'm in, I can see it, but not my actual timeline, okay? Now, I'm not saying you have to go and do that, but what I'm telling you is I have created such a complete focus on this to say, when I am on social media, I am a creator, not a consumer, and I have a list of people that I follow that I'm going to go consume their content anyway. So I'm still going to go search Russell Brunson's content, and I'm still going to go watch that. I'm still going to go see Steve Larson's content, and I'm still going to go consume that because I'm going to search them out because those are people I follow, but I'm not getting distracted. Now, on Instagram, same thing, except for I have the Instagram app, but I follow a very select few people. I follow people that benefit my life and make it better. I follow people that I've had on the podcast before that have a good Instagram account that would, build the relationship or enhance the relationship if I follow them. But then I literally go and I mute all of their posts. So my Instagram story line, my feed right now is literally, and some of you guys can see this if you're watching on video, is literally just my posts. Because I've muted everybody else's posts, so I'm not seeing them. Now, once again, you don't have to do this. You could leave every now and then. I'll unmute somebody's timeline so I can see what they're doing, right? So, you don't have to mute everybody, but you can mute a lot of people because that's a distraction. And because you're not being present on you. And when you're constantly going and viewing, and I'm not saying scrolling on Instagram is wrong. I'm not saying that going and seeing other people's timelines are wrong. But what I'm saying is during work hours, during the time that you need to be going and getting things done, you can't be looking at those things because it's a distraction and it's going to make you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so inferior to them because it's just a highlight reel. Remember, social media is just a highlight reel to make people think how cool you are, right? Or how cool they are. So you get rid of that distraction. Now you're completely focused and completely present now. We waste so much time on social media. It's not a bad thing, but you need to be a producer, not a consumer, except for the people that are actually going to change your life. So people's stories that I watch pretty regularly, Russell Brunson and Steve Larson. Those are two people's stories that I watch almost every single day, right? Why? Because they're bringing value to my life. And when you're creating content, keep this in mind. So for me, one of the things that I do when I create content, I do stories every single day. I have not missed an Instagram story probably for 3 years. I'm not kidding you. Every single day of my life, I put out an Instagram story because that's content that just needs to be there. But I keep in mind and I think about, okay, how do I want my consumer seeing me? How am I serving them best? I don't like flashy people, not because I don't like them as people, but I don't like that type of content because it doesn't really benefit my life. A lot of my friends on social media that I'm homies with, that I would hang out with, I don't follow their stuff or consume their content because it's just flashy and they're just showing off. Not a bad thing, not for me. What I want to do is I'm like, okay, why do I like following Russell? Why do I like following Steve? Why do I like following these people, right? Because they're very real. They show what's going on in the day. They take you on this journey. They're not trying to show off. They're not showing me their Lambo. They're not being like, hey, 6 hacks to getting blah, blah, blah. No, they're actually providing value to my life And those are people that I aspire to be like. So if I can kind of see, oh man, I saw, Steve going on run and being really, really focused on his exercises, and oh, Steve involving the community, and oh, Russell driving his kids to school, and oh, Russell, working out every day, or hanging out with Dave, or whatever. Okay, I'm like, okay, this is going to kind of start to shape who I become, right? So if that's going to shape who I become, because I'm an internet entrepreneur, I never leave the house. I don't hang out with people in real life a lot, so I'm hanging out with them virtually. I'm following the type of people that I want to become like, okay? And I'm going to view their stories and their content of who I become like. I'm not doing that throughout the day unless I'm on social media, right? And my dedicated time for that. But I am doing it in the evenings, in the mornings, like whenever it is that I have my time there, so I can become like that. I want to produce that same type of content on social media for my followers, because I want to be someone that my followers can look up to and say, hey, listen, I'm going to get off social media. I'm going to unfollow everybody except for you, Josh, except for you, whoever that is. I want to be one of those people that say, you follow me because I'm real, not because I'm showing off. You follow me because I share the journey and because I'm doing teaching moments, not because I'm showing off, and because I'm providing real value to your life, not perceived value because it's a Lamborghini or something flashy in front of it. Make sense? Hope that makes sense. So, number one, plan tomorrow today. It's an absolute must. Plan tomorrow today. Write it out. When you're making that out, focus on 3 core things. What are your 3 core tasks that you're going to do to get that done and be productive that day? Third thing, get off of social media. If you need to delete the Facebook app off your phone, fine, do it. If you need to, there's another really cool app. In fact, I can drop it below. There's an app, it's called Self-Control app. You can get it on, at least on your Mac. I don't know about, those lame Microsoft computers that shouldn't be even allowed to exist in this world. Because Mac is so superior in every way imaginable. No, I don't have strong opinions at all. But if you have an iMac or MacBook Pro, something like that, there's an app you can get. It's called Self-Control. It's a little black spade with a skull in the middle of it. And you can literally you can open up a tab, a browser called Facebook, right? And then you can set a timer, and it will prevent you from accessing that site for however long it is you want to go. So if you don't want to put on Newsfeed Eradicator, or you still want to be able to see your timeline, totally fine. Just when you're working, set your parameters so you literally cannot go and access that site. Create mass focus to be able to get these things done, okay? So that's number 3. Get off social media, and if you are producing, when you are producing on social, which all of you should, be producing content in such a way that says, I'm going to actually benefit my customer's life, my follower's life, and I am going to act in such a way that my prospect, my customer, my follower says, I want to become like that. Because a lot of these people are not hanging out in real life, especially, like people like internet entrepreneurs. And so where they're interacting with people, where they're having conversations, who they're following and developing to become is the people that they're following on social. I'm going to become a whole lot more like Russell Brunson and Steve Larson than I am going to become like, someone down the street that lives right next door to me, because that's who I'm following and interacting with, right? So keep that in mind. And the final thing, and this one, oh, guys, I have grown up. All right. Anybody that's been following me for over 2 years, maybe 3 years, but for sure 3 years, but probably over 2 years, knows that what I'm about to say next is about polar opposite to anything that I used to believe and do. I used to be the guy that is hustle. Work 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you're not hustling, if you're not grinding, you're not getting ahead, you're wasting your time, you're not staying focused, work, do the work, hustle all the time, constantly. That was my life, right? And many of you guys saw that. I have gone through tremendous changes in my life, tremendous growth, mentally, emotionally, personally, just in general. And one of the things that I have noticed that works really, really well for me when I do this, and actually probably the first time that I got introduced to it formally by someone was Taylor Welch, his interview on Think Different Theory last season, season 1. I believe it was the first interview that we ever did. But it is having dedicated off times. Having dedicated times when you have off to do absolutely nothing. This past Saturday, just 2 days ago, took the whole day off. I think I worked for an hour, maybe, if that. I just kind of put some things in place and some pieces there. But then the rest of the day, I did nothing. It was 60-something degrees outside. I went for a walk. I laid in bed. I watched Netflix. I hung out with Leah. I went out to eat. Just did basically nothing all day. Took the entire day off to just unplug and reset. It was amazing. And you know what? I woke up on Sunday and I chose to work on Sunday and have Saturday off rather than vice versa. You do whatever you want. But on Sunday, it was a work day for me because Saturday was my day off. I was focused. I was energized. I got tons done. I was so focused. The reason that this works, not only is it like just natural, like we need rest, our bodies need rest. God created us that way. But there are actual low points in the energy cycles of your brain and of your body where literally your body will go and just be in a low energy state that day. And if you can match that, and if you could actually go and be like, okay, I'm going to give my body that time to rest, it actually gives your body time to rest and reset so that the other 5 or 6 days a week, you can literally go and have the energy that you need to go and perform. Taylor Welch, him and his salespeople actually do something really, really interesting. And I'd actually be curious to know if they still do this. But he shared this on the podcast in season 1. He's like, we know that we need a weekend break. We need a day off to reset. But we also know that there roughly once a week, every single week, there is a half day that we know that our salesmen's bodies and even my body is going to have a low energy day. So we try to work that into the schedule. And we try to be the ones that can choose when that's going to happen by kind of like forcing it to happen that way or like prompting it to go into that state of rest or low energy. And so Taylor was like, every Wednesday morning is a lazy morning for him. So Monday, up at it, 6 a.m., out, boom, work. Tuesday, up at it, work. Wednesday, lay in bed, scroll on Instagram, sleep in late, relax, going to work at noon. Why? Because you're allowing your body to reset. And now productive Wednesday afternoon, productive Thursday, productive Friday, productive Saturday, off Sunday, right? Back at a Monday, Tuesday, whatever that is. So it doesn't have to be Wednesday morning for you, but figure out, for me, it's an entire day that I like to have that, or at least most of the day I can like maybe catch up on some emails and stuff, but then no hard work, no recording, no things like that. Go, get out of the house, go do something, drive somewhere, take a day trip, go to the mall, lay around and do nothing, watch Netflix, allow your body to just indulge in whatever it kind of wants to go do, obviously within reason, because your body needs that reward to reset. Because if you're constantly going and like keeping it all up, no, I can't do this, I can't do that. There's nothing wrong with watching Netflix, right? There's nothing wrong with taking time off and going for a walk and taking care of your body, spending time with family, hanging out, doing whatever. It's just when that becomes a distraction and when that comes into your day every single day, it pulls you away from what you need to be doing. And so if you're like, let me play this out, the exact opposite of the 4 things that I just told you to do versus the 4 things that I told you to do, okay? So if you didn't do the 4 things, it would be like, oh, I wake up today, let's say it's 7 a.m., let's say it's a good day, right? I wake up, I sit down at my desk, I check email, I check my Facebook, I check Instagram, I check Twitter, I check YouTube, maybe watch a video, check email, things like that. Hour and a half has gone by. I sat down and started my day at, let's say you start work at 9. So an hour and a half goes by. Now it's 10:30. You're like, oh man, it's 10:30. Well, let me do this quick project over here. Go wash the dishes, go get your mail, like whatever, because you're not really focused. Scroll Facebook for a little bit longer. Now it's 11 o'clock and you're like, all right, now I'm going to start work for the day, right? So now you're 2 hours into your day. You're like, well, I got to make out my list. So now, 20 or 30 minutes is spent working on your list, checking social media again. You're checking Instagram every time you finish a task. So now it's 11:30 and you've just started your first task. You get there and you're like, man, I really want to watch Netflix, but I can't. You're constantly trying to tell yourself that it's bad. 2 o'clock rolls around. You've gotten 3 half tasks done, nothing completed done. You're like, man, I need some motivation. I need to learn how to stay focused. So you open up YouTube, you watch a Gary Vaynerchuk video or a Grant Cardone video. You go back to some of your tasks. You take a meeting that you don't need to take to distract you from something. Then it's time to go eat dinner. You go get dinner at 5 or 6 o'clock at night. You sit back down at 7 o'clock and you're like, crap, where did my day go? Now I've got to hurry up, try to force everything in from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock before you got to go home or spend time with your wife, your husband, your kids, whatever. You go, you rush through. You don't really get anything done. And now you're like, crap, well, I didn't really get anything done. What am I going to do tomorrow? Well, I need some me time, so I'm going to go watch some YouTube again. Then you go through and do that. You know what I mean? So now you get here and you're like, crap, what did I do today? I'm not sure. And then you get to the end of the day, and instead of making out today, you're like, well, I'll get to it tomorrow. And maybe you have some stuff written down, maybe you don't. And then you do, and you repeat the exact cycle over and over and over again. And this whole week, Friday night, you get to the week, and you're like, this whole entire week, all I did was watch YouTube, get distracted on social media, not finish projects, want to watch Netflix, but couldn't. And I beat myself up over it the whole week. And you get done with that. And when you finish typing, your Facebook post or when you finish that YouTube video, you don't feel good. You're like, man, I shouldn't have been doing that. I got to get back to work. Gotta get back to work. And you're beating yourself up over it. So now your brain is programming yourself to think that watching YouTube or being on social media is a bad thing, but you're addicted to it. You can't stop and you're just all confused. Whereas instead, if you went and you're like, all right, it's Sunday night. Tomorrow's Monday morning. I'm going to be up at 7 o'clock. I'm going to start work at 9. All right. What am I going to do tomorrow? And I go and I look out and I go, okay, what are my 3 core projects that I need to get done? Just my 3 main things. For me, I'm just going to go off mine today. It's traffic secrets, meetings for the moving of softwares, and stuff for my content team. Okay, so that's what I know I'm going to do. What do? I wake up, I go, I do my stretches, drink a bunch of water, get woken up, eat breakfast, I feel good. I sit down at 9 o'clock. Boom. What's the first thing I do at 9 o'clock? I don't pick up my phone and go check Facebook. I don't look at Facebook on my computer because it's blocked off. I can set my control timer. I go, okay, first things first. I'm sitting down. Traffic secrets it is. Go clear off my whiteboard. I get started. I don't think about anything else. Nothing else is distracted. Nothing's there. It's not there. And I know when I've got that urge to watch my YouTube video, when I've got that urge to watch Netflix, you know what I can do? I can be like, you know what? Pull out a piece of paper. Watch interview that I want to watch on Wednesday morning or on Saturday when I have my time. And I create this little list over here of things that I want to watch, I want to do. I can always come back to them, but I stay focused. I'm not on social media. I get it done. Now, noon, I'm like, crap, this is amazing. It's noon. I'm going to go eat. I've gotten this one massive project done. It's knocked off. It's out of the way. I feel good about myself. I've got momentum. I eat lunch. I sit down. I get my second project done. Let's say I start back up at 1. I get the second project done by 2:30. I take a 30-minute break, go quick, reset, come back, 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock, I knock out that last task. I get done, I eat dinner, I come back, I have 1 hour to recap the day, figure out where I'm at, figure out what I'm going to do tomorrow. 7 o'clock, I'm done. Boom. I've done everything. I've been off of social media. Now, at nighttime, what can I do? I can go in from 7 o'clock till 11 o'clock. I've got 4 hours. I can spend time with my wife, my husband, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my kids. I can go do exercises. I can do stretch. Heck, if I'm single or if I've got time, I can go and I can watch YouTube. I can watch Netflix. It's fine because it's not during work time now. Or I can go out and I can better myself, listen to podcasts, read books, whatever. Okay? Next day, I wake up, same thing. Boom, over and over and over again. Now when I get to Friday, I'm like, dang, boy, I got 15 things done this week. This is amazing. I've been so productive. I deserve to reward myself. So what happens? Saturday morning, you sleep in, you wake up, you go. First thing you do is you turn on Netflix. You feel great. Why? Because you got 15 tasks done. It's your day off. You can do whatever you want now. You've created focus. Now you can go explore other things. You can go do whatever you want. And you've gotten so much done throughout the week because you maximize the capacity of your brain to be able to go and get those things done. So, number 1, plan tomorrow today. Number 2, do only 3 core projects per day. Number 3, get off of social media. Use the self-control app. If you need to use the self-control app, delete the app off your phone if you need to do that. And when you are producing content for social media, make sure that you are producing content that allows people to want to be like you and actually benefits their life. Because if they're going to do that, then you feel good about yourself. You're building this loyal audience with them, and it's now productive rather than destructive. So that's number 3. Number 4, dedicated time off. 1 day per week, maybe a day and a half where you do a day plus a half day somewhere. Now you've created focus. You've allowed yourself time to just be you, hang out with whoever you want, and now you're done and good to go. Make sense, guys? All right. I said this was going to be a little bit of a shorter episode. It's still going on 40 minutes now, so I'm going to wrap up here. But I want to make sure that this makes sense to you guys, that you're understanding this. If you have any questions about this, please hit me up on Instagram. Down below, we'll link it at JOSHFORTI, my name, at Josh Forti. Follow me on there. Shoot me a DM. I just cleared out every single one of my messages over the weekend. I had over 100 pending requests, like hundreds of them. I went through and either deleted or replied to every single one of them, so my inbox is cleaned out. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get back to you guys relatively quickly. Hit me up on there. If you're watching on the live stream, comment hashtag value down below. If you liked this episode, any questions that you have, the more likes, the more comments we get, the more people we can help, and share this out to you guys. So thank you guys so much for listening. I really hope this is helpful because, guys, it sounds simple. I mean, it sounds easy. It's not easy. It's hard, but it's simple. But so many people look at this and go, oh, no, it's got to be more complicated than that. Nope. Success really isn't that hard. Plan tomorrow today. Only do 3 things a day. Get off of social media and dedicate time off. You do that, your brain's going to love you. Your head's going to love you. Your heart's going to love you. Your to-do list is going to love you. Your clients are going to love you. You're going to love you. Everything is just going to be better in your life. All right, guys, if you know someone that needs to hear this episode, please share this out with them. Share them the link. ThinkDifferentTheory.com/listen. ThinkDifferentTheory.com/listen is the URL to be able to listen on your favorite platform, and all the episodes are right there. But share it with a friend. Share it with someone that needs to hear this. Tag them in the stream if you think that they could benefit from it. Just spread this message out. We're just trying to get this out to as many people as possible. Don't forget, March 17th, mark your calendars. We've got some amazing bonuses for the Traffic Secrets. We have bonuses that nobody else can offer, or very, very few can offer. It's going to be absolutely amazing and awesome. Yeah, just give me a chance to earn your book sale. Traffic Secrets, the best book ever. I'm reading it through right now, and it's just like, oh my gosh, so freaking good. March 17th, mark your calendars. Don't go anywhere. We got some amazing bonuses. As always, hustle. God bless. Do not be afraid to think different, because those of us that think different are going to be the ones that change the world. I love you all. And I will see you on Wednesday. We got a great interview coming up on Wednesday with someone who has just had an incredible life story. Oh my gosh, she's been through so much, and it's gonna be super exciting. I mean, talk about like hardship, and now to where she's at today. It's pretty awesome. So anyway, 12 o'clock Eastern time Wednesday. I will see you then. I love you all, and I will see you on the next episode. Take it easy, fam. Peace.